state championship game between Pike Liberal Arts of Troy, Alabama, and a very good team, Glenwood from Phoenix City, Alabama. I'm Mike Amos. Along with me in the booth is my good friend and cousin, Jerry Renfro. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing?
Good morning, Mike. Welcome to Montgomery, Alabama.
And of course, usually you're out fishing or playing golf or bowling or doing something other than doing a baseball game at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Very much so, but looking forward to this game between two outstanding teams, as you said.
Well, of course, Pike comes in the game 35-5 and coming off a wonderful best 2 out of 3 series victory over Tuscaloosa Academy in Tuscaloosa last week. Tuscaloosa won the first game 5-1 on a brilliant pitching performance by their top pitcher, Green. And then coming back the second game, Pike came from behind and won the game 5-4 in 9 innings, which was an outstanding game that you saw right here on Facebook. And hope that everybody enjoyed that game. And of course, we had a little bit of technical problems for the second game. But Pike won the championship the next day, which was on Thursday of last week, with a wonderful performance by the young 8th grade pitcher for Pike, and that was Drew Nelson, as he shut down the powerful Talladega Academy. Tuscaloosa Academy, excuse me. And this guy announcing next to me is getting to me a little bit. He's so loud. But then the next day, of course, a brilliant performance, winning 5-0, and they advanced into the championship. And I know you were a little under the weather. I hope we're glad to have you back. But of course, you're very involved in it, not only as a fan, but as a grandpa. You got a grandson who's really having a great series.
Nate's really been striking the ball well, and his defense is strong, and as is all the Pike players.
Well, it all started, Pike drew a bye to start the playoffs in Class 3A. This is the largest classification in the Alabama Independent Schools, and they drew a bye, and their first game was first series was against Lee Scott Academy out of Auburn, Opelika. And boy, what a performance. Pike won the first game on a 3-run homer by Reed Jenright, and then came back the next day and just trounced Lee Scott, scoring 14 runs in the first inning and a quarter, Jerry. The first 14 outs, they had scored 14 runs, which is phenomenal in any league. And they went on to a 22-hit performance and won the game 15-2. And what a great performance it was. And then, of course, they go to Tuscaloosa last weekend or last week, and at a beautiful facility and a great setting. They won best 2 out of 3 matchup there to advance here to the state championship game.
Pike Liberal Arts School.
Here's the starting lineup for Pike Liberal Arts.
Number 2, Clay Barron. Number 3,
this is Clay Barron. Yvonne Christian.
Number 9, Scott Taylor Renfro.
Scott Taylor Renfro. Number 9,
Blake Lavender.
Blake Lavender.
Number 11, Trip Spivey.
Trip Spivey.
Number 15, Levi Sykes.
Levi Sykes.
Number 20, J.D. Wilson.
J.D. Wilson.
Number 22, Drew Nelson.
Drew Nelson.
Number 23, Holt Steed.
Holt Steed.
Number 34, Hunter Keenan.
Number 34, Hunter
Number 40,
Keenan.
Jaquavian Johnson.
And number 40, Jaquavian Johnson.
Starters.
And here's your starters.
Number 8, center field, Cody Hollis.
Number 8, the center fielder is Cody
18,
Hollis.
Right fielder, Davis Allen.
The right fielder, number 18, Davis Hollis.
Catcher, Cole McWhorter.
Number 25, sophomore Cole McWhorter.
Third base, Wood Jenright.
And then the fourth hitter is Wood Jenright at third base. The fifth hitter is Nate Renfro, the shortstop.
Pitcher, Reed Jenright.
The sixth man in the order, number 14,
Number 5,
Reed
second
Jenright,
base,
the pitcher.
Trevor Barron.
Number 7, Trevor
Number
Barron,
6,
the second
first
baseman.
base, Max Copeland.
And then number 8, Matt
Number 12,
Copeland at first.
designated hitter, Jade Sykes.
And number 9, the ninth batter in
Number
the
1, left
lineup,
fielder,
Jade
Carson
Sykes.
Murphy.
And then Cason Murphy, the outstanding center
Pike
fielder,
Liberal Arts School is coached by
playing
Alan Ponder.
left field.
Assistant coaches are Ross Hickson, Hunter Mann, Doug Price, Will Austin, and Chandler Lund. Now, let's meet the Gators of Glenwood.
Now here are the Gators of Glenwood Academy out of Phoenix City, the defending 3A champion.
Number 2, Anthony Torres.
Number 2, Anthony
Number 3,
Torres.
Jacob Harper.
Number 3,
Number
Jacob
11,
Harper.
Chase Baker.
Number 11, Chase
Number 12,
Baker.
Will Smith.
Number 12, Will
Number
Smith.
14, Tyler Horn.
Number 14, Tyler
Number 15,
Horn.
Luke Davis.
Number 15, Luke Davis.
Number 19, Adam Torres.
Number 19, Adam
Number
Torres.
20, Jack Wesley Lair.
Number 20, Jack Wesley
Number
Ware.
32, Joey Druash.
Number 2, Joy
Number 34,
Truash.
Kyle Coker.
Number 34,
Number
Kyle
35,
Coker.
Cody Krebs.
Number 50,
Number
35,
44, Jacob
Cody
Nelson.
Krebs. And number 44,
And now your
Jacob
starting lineup.
Nelson. And here's your starting
Number
lineups
5,
for
pitching, Nick Adams.
number 5, the pitcher,
Number
Nick
4,
Adams.
center field, Brooks Barton.
The center fielder, Brooks
Number 21,
Barton.
first base, Jalen Williams.
First baseman, Jalen
Number
Williams.
7, catcher, Bryce Valero.
Number 7, catcher,
Number
Bryce
23, right
Valero.
fielder, Andrew Tillery.
Number 23,
Number
Andrew
24, third
Tillery.
baseman, Slade James.
Number 6, number 24,
Number 10,
Slade
left fielder, Trevor
James.
Crisco.
7th batter,
Number
right
8,
fielder, Trevor
second base,
Crisco.
Bryce Newman.
Number 8,
Number 1, shortstop,
is second
Liam
baseman, Bryce
Carbone.
Newman. And number 9, the shortstop, Liam
Glenwood School is coached by Tim
Carbon.
Fanning. Assistant coaches are Josh McConnell, Phil Stillwell, Tommy Clarity, Curtis Howard, and trainer Scott Victor.
Ken Fannin is the head coach, and
And now a word from AISA
they have a record
academic director, Mr. Michael McClendon.
38 and
Good morning.
6.
I want to welcome you to the AISA State Baseball Championship. We've had 4 great games so far, crowning 2 champions, Eastwood Christian and Macon East. We look forward to some great baseball today. Good luck to both teams. If you would, please rise for the invocation, which will be followed.
Oh no, did you go out?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for the blessing of this beautiful day. Father, we thank you for this opportunity we have to come here to watch these student athletes compete. Father, we pray for their safety today, that you keep these players, coaches, and officials safe from injury, Lord. Father, we hope that most of all, whatever we do here today will be pleasing and glorify you. Father, we love you and we praise you, and today we give you all the glory. We pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Who's the home team? Who's this? They're the home team. Back to play here at historic Patterson Field in Montgomery, Alabama. One thing, Jerry Renfro, that is quite noticeable, the big roof here at this ballpark, which was here for, gosh, the last 50 to 75 years, maybe 75 years, is gone. There's no more shade, so the people that were smart brought their own tents, but the rest of the crowd will be sitting in a huge sunlight. Pike down the left field line is the visiting team, and the home team, of course, for this game will be Glenwood Academy out of Phoenix City. Jerry, it's been a great season for Pike. They come into the game with a 35-5 record, coached by Alan Ponder. He's done a great job.
He's done a real good job, Mike. He's really keeping these boys focused on the task at hand.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this outstanding team out of Glenwood, the defending 3A champion, they beat Pike last year, and the motto for Pike this year is to finish. And that means to complete. They led the game the championship game most all the way, but faded at the end. And now Coach Ponder says, let's finish the deal and win a championship.
Let's take it back to Troy, Alabama, where it belongs.
No question about it. And, of course, Pike Liberal Arts, located in Troy. Been there, guys, since 1970. Outstanding school with a very good athletic program. And, of course, they've been to this tournament many times. I see center field, and we'll go to center field out there. Just recently inducted in the into the Troy University Hall of Fame was Wendell Stevens. And he hit a home run, a grand slam home run at midnight to win pretty much won the World Series for Troy over Mankato State of Minnesota. But I'll always remember that. And then over the years, my daddy used to take me up here to the Montgomery Rebel games. And then, of course, some of the great Detroit Tigers of all time played right here on this historic field.
Very much so. Alan Trammell being one.
Okay, Hollis. Hollis will lead it off, Cody Hollis. And what a series he's had, especially defensively for the Patriots. Jerry, the outfield has played very well, but now you're in a big league-type ballpark as far as dimensions. And there's a bunt, and it's going to be trouble. It'll be a great play by the pitcher. I mean, a great play by the pitcher for Glenwood.
18, Davis.
And for the out. But I thought that was base hit all the way, didn't you?
I thought he had it down the line, but a great play.
If he gets by the pitcher, it's a base hit, no question about it. Good effort. Brings up Davis Allen. Of course, he has no home runs and 22 RBIs, but the thing about him is he's only a 10th grader. He plays right field. He's an excellent defender, and he's very fast, Jerry, one of the fastest men on the team, and he's only a 10th grader.
He can move it down the line, Mike.
And, of course, he makes things happen. In fact, the winning run, he scored the winning run against Tuscaloosa Academy the other day by scoring from second base on a throwaway ball. And there's a pitch outside.
3-1. Yes, sir.
3 balls and 1 strike to Davis Allen, the sophomore from Pike Liberal. Of course, on deck is Cole McWhorter. And that's a fly ball, ground ball, and of course, I hope he didn't pull a muscle, but they throw him out at first base.
Batting third, the catcher, Cole.
Brings up McWhorter. They've got McWhorter batting third today, and Wood Jenright batting in the 4th position. 2 outs here. We're in the the top of the 1st inning. Swinging strike. Good crowd, especially from here at Pike, only 50 miles away. Of course, probably a 90 to 100 mile distance to Phoenix City.
Very good crowd from Pike, Mike. But as you stated, it's hard to see what Glenwood brought, because they've all safe at first base.
They said he dropped the ball. Okay, it looked like the first baseman had made a big play by coming off the bag, and now we'll call that an error. That will be he dropped the ball, so let's give it an error on the first baseman, an E3. So
Now with pinch runner
Pinch
coming in.
run, number 22, Drew Nelson.
this is Drew Nelson, the runner.
Number 24, Wood Jenright.
Wood Jenright, the third baseman. And well, now they're going to call him out. So
He was out.
he must have held the ball long enough for the out and then dropped it on down the line. So they're going to give it a ground out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Patriots. And we'll keep it right here. We're live on Facebook and live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, across the country and across the world, right here on Troy Cable. Of course, Troy Cable located in Troy, Alabama. We go out to about an 8 to 10 county area, all the way from Lake Martin all the way to the Florida line in some respects. And of course, Troy Cable's been around offering services, their services to high school and athletics and recreation athletics in the Troy area for many years. And of course, you know, they call it for many years where Pike County watches itself. Well, it's now where the Wiregrass watches itself. And of course, we're awfully proud of the achievements of Troy Cable. And of course, one man that had that vision to bring local television to Troy, Alabama, and of course Mr. Freeman, Harold Freeman was that man, and of course he founded Troy Cable, and now his family, Dick and Vicki, and other members of the family run Troy Cable, and I don't think there's any question that Troy Cable is one of the outstanding cable networks in the state of Alabama or anywhere. We're awfully proud to have it in Troy, Alabama, I'll tell you that. And what it does locally, you know, not only sporting events, but political events, school activities, award ceremonies, dance recitals, theater productions, you name it, they put it on the air. And now, thanks to modern technology, we're going across the world. Your friends in Hong Kong, Jerry, could watch this today.
Live by YouTube.
Exactly right. Okay, on the mound for Pike is Reed Jenright, the senior, and I had a good talk with Reed yesterday, and what a fine young man. He's already signed to play at the next level at and let's go ahead and go to the first batter. But of course, your grandson's also playing at that same school.
Yeah, they both, the Wood and Reed Jenright, along with Nate Renfro, signed with Southern Union.
And of course, an outstanding program. In fact, one of the outstanding junior college baseball programs in the country. As a strike.
As strike one.
Now, I tell you, and you and I have talked about this, and I even talked to Reed about this yesterday. If he keeps the ball down, he's very effective. It's when he starts getting the ball up in the strike zone that gives him more of a hard time.
Exactly.
But he's got all the pitches. He's a very good athlete. He's a strong kid, weighs 190 pounds, left-handed. The ball naturally moves. And what's your opinion?
Mike, when his ball is on, like you said, it's hard to hit. Always has good control.
I feel like it's been like 5 or 6 songs.
That's a very good pitch. They didn't give it to him, though. That was a very close call right there. Just missed the outside corner. And Jerry, anything inside those stripes to me is a strike.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's on top of it or what. So he walked him, and that's not good to open up, giving the other team an opportunity. Of course, they're not 38-7 for nothing. And of course, a lot of these games were against some of the top level schools, and not only in in Alabama, but also in Georgia.
Exactly, and Florida.
Yeah. Well, this brings up Barton.
Barton playing center field. Squared the bunt.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful setting here, and the city of Montgomery does a wonderful job keeping old Patterson Field alive, and they, you know, it'd be ashamed if they let this place go. So much history. Bunt down the right field line is foul. You know, they look at the hill over there to your left, far left. That's where Hank Williams is buried. And there's an old saying here, wake up old Hank. That means hit a home run and wake up Hank Williams.
Exactly, that's the saying at Patterson Field, wake him up. Squared the bunt.
And that was up high. They're trying their best to get
ball
this
bunt. Out.
Oh, yeah, third, you don't see that much. A 3-strike bunt, and he fouled it, and that is a strikeout. Considered a strikeout, like you said.
21, Jalen Williams.
This brings up Jalen Williams, their third man in their order. Glenwood,
They're out checking with the catcher, Mike.
Glenwood, coached by Kim Fanning, and he's been there for quite a while. Like I said, they've won 2 out of the last 3 state championships, or 2 in a row, and 3 out of the last 4. Very good program. Of course, the infield, especially Wood Genwright, is up pretty tight, looking for bunt here, I think. Williams is the first baseman.
Swing and miss.
He took a strong.
Of course, thanks so much to all the sponsors that have sponsored this game to allow us to come here and televise this game today.
Throw back at first.
And of course, McWhirter's got the arm for it, and he'll throw behind the run a lot.
He's not afraid to go behind the run.
That's right, and that puts a lot of pressure on that guy too. He don't get off that much because of it.
That's correct.
1 ball, 1 strike. Swinging strike 2. But
Good pitch by Genwright.
again, though, that was up in the strike zone, and you got to be careful.
It's, I mean, I haven't stopped.
Strike 3 struck him out. Good pitch by Reed Genwright.
Mike, as I was saying, Pike's got a real good following behind it, but it's hard for us to tell what Glenwood has brought because they brought all the pop-ups, and if you'll look down the right field line, all you can see is pop-ups.
They were prepared, weren't they?
They're in the shade. They were very much prepared. I got to give it.
Of course, there have been 2 other games being played here, and they're over with now. Eastwood Christian out of Birmingham won the Class 1A championship, and Macon East won the 2A championship. And Pike Liberal Arts of Troy trying to win the other one,
exactly.
3A.
Macon East naturally from here in Montgomery.
That's right. Or you can call it downtown Cecil, Alabama.
Downtown Cecil, Alabama. Another swing and miss, Mike.
This is Villari. He's one of their top home run hitters.
That was the 3 batter previously, and this is.
I've got Villari catching.
Another swing and miss.
Oh man! And of course, he is one of the top hitters on this team. Beautiful morning. No, and the flags are not even blowing at all right now. They had to drive down the right field line.
And might I say, Mike, it's hot in the air-conditioned press box.
I know it, especially when you sit in the middle of the sun. But you know what? Nothing's more important than to bring this game to our audience that are watching today. And we've got Troy Radio is also here today. And then right outside, count goes 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning, no score.
Runner on first.
Let's see if they'll send him here or they'll wait to see if they can.
He's getting a good lead.
I tell you, Coach Alan Ponder, of course, was a pitcher himself, and he doesn't let you get too far off. He'll threaten that pickoff, I promise you. They had a good pitch and fouled it back. Again, up in the strike zone, and they went for it. You know, these good heavy hitters, boy, you get it up in the strike zone, they're going to swing away.
That's where they want it.
I know it. Big pitch here, 2-2 count.
2-2
one
count,
out.
2 outs.
2 outs with the man on first. Good pitch.
Got him swinging.
He struck out the side, ladies and gentlemen, allowing only one base runner a walk in the first inning. After one complete, no score between Pike Liberal Arts and Glenwood Academy playing for the state 3A championship from Patterson Field. We'll be back.
Alton Starling has over 29 years of public service. 8 years as an officer in the Air Force and 21 years as a city clerk treasurer of Troy, Alabama. He has willfully and faithfully performed all the duties of each office. Alton has a proven record of following and implementing multiple federal, state, and local laws and guidelines in elections, financial reporting, licensing, managing public funds, and record keeping. Please vote for Alton Starling, a proven public servant for the office of probate judge.
There are many different offices in city government, and each one has a phone. Keeping track of all those numbers is a huge challenge. The good news is you don't have to. There is one simple 3-digit phone number for city information and services. It's 311.
Good morning, City of Troy 311. May I help you?
Call 311 for questions about your recycling, garbage pickup, to report a stray dog in the neighborhood, if there's a pothole that needs filling, to report power outages, limbs on the street, and much more. City of Troy, 311. 911 is always the number to call in case of an emergency, like a fire, a crime in progress, or a medical emergency. 911 is for emergencies. 311 is for everything else. You can download the City of Troy's 311 app from the App Store or Play Store. Remember, for city information and services, call 311. For more information, check out the City of Troy's website at troyal.gov.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
No score. Reed Jenright was brilliant in the first inning, striking out 3 out of the 4 batters he faced. This brings up Wood Jenright, the third baseman. The twin brother of Reed Jenright. They're both going to Southern Union to play together next year with Nathan Renfro. That's a good one. Kind of goes 1-1. Wood has good power. In fact, it was his big hit that won they kept Pike in the tournament, beating Tuscaloosa Academy in the 9th inning of an extra inning game. Swing and strike.
Got plenty of speed.
That's one thing, Jerry, about this Pike team. It is very fast. Almost everybody can run. That's a hard shot right at the second baseman, and we've got one down. So far,
next up to bat, Nate Renfro.
Adams has retired all 4 batters he's faced so far.
374 hitter. Renfro being a 374 hitter, swing and a miss.
Batting a cool, like old Diz used to say, a cool 376 with power to all fields. And the ground ball got to hurry. And they threw for a base hit. So Renfro continues his outstanding hitting for the Patriots. And now another thing, it puts speed on the bases with Reed Jenright coming to the plate. I was really I couldn't get over how many different things. He throws one way left-handed, and he throws underhanded, right-handed. He's amazing.
Renfro on first brings power up to the plate. Reed Jenright's got plenty of power.
And they're playing him straight away here. He's got good power to add a fake bunt attempt. Trying to get Renfro over on deck is Barron. Bunted foul. Something that I didn't say enough about the young man that bunted on a third strike just a while ago. That's having a lot of confidence in your
bunting ability. Yes.
That put pressure on anybody. Pretty good lead there for Renfro. Ground ball right at him. Well, he bobbled the ball. He's going to get his sacrifice because the pitcher had to go to first after he bobbled the ball. I thought they were going to have him at second, but Renfro was on his horse and got in there.
Like the old saying, Mike, you got to catch it before you throw it.
Yeah, you're right. And think what you're going to do with the ball before it's hit.
Before it's ever hit.
That's right. This is Trevor Barron, and you're talking about a young man that's really had a good series last week against Tuscaloosa, and he's also an outstanding defensive player. Of course, getting rid of this roof has made this place a hot place to watch the game.
Exactly.
The old roof, it was cool. You remember that?
Exactly.
And the breeze would come through here.
Come under it.
Again, a huge crowd. It looks like they let out school, at least the senior part of it, 9 through 12, to see this game if they wanted to, and I think that's a great gesture. This is very educational. Don't you agree?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody should go to a ball game.
No question about it. Okay, let's see what they do with Renfro at second.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And Barron's the guy that's going to get the bat on the ball. At least he's proven to. So he fouls it off. Boy, just think of the history of this ball field. Now, I would like to say that Babe Ruth played on this field, but he didn't. But he did play across the street at Crampton Bowl. They used to have a baseball field there, and Babe Ruth played in that ball game. Did you know that?
Montgomery's got a lot of history.
Yeah, but old Crampton Bowl used to be where they played baseball. The ball hit hard. I tell you, of the curveball, Pike, I know they spent a lot of time on it, but Coach Ponder has really done a great job of teaching hitting. I mean, there's not a bad hitter in this lineup.
Mike, he's not only a coach, but he's a teacher. He's a teacher of the game.
Yeah. But he was a great player. He played at Lee Scott, and then played at Alabama, and then played at AUM right here in Montgomery, where he actually in 2 years.
Throw back a second.
Oh, that was close. That'll show you a little bit of what kind of arm this guy's got. And that just woke him up.
That'll keep you honest,
yeah.
Mike. that opened some eyes. It was a close throwback.
But going back, that's a fly ball out to short right, and the right fielder should have it. Well, he tripped a little bit for out number 3 to end the inning. And no runs on 1 hit. They left 1 left. We'll be heading into the top of the bottom of the second inning in just a moment. No, we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to. Okay, we're supposed to do it at the other end. All right, back to play here at Historic Crampton Bowl. We were talking about Coach Ponder, Jerry. He was an outstanding high school player in all sports at Lee Scott. one of the best that's ever played in the independent schools. Big guy, strong guy. Went to Alabama on baseball scholarship and was a pitcher and did very well there for 2 years, and then he hurt his arm, but he was able to play his last 2 years at AUM right here in Montgomery under the legendary QV Lowe.
Exactly.
And do you know, a few weeks ago, he was inducted into the AUM Hall of Fame. Now, how many good players have gone through that program? And this guy is a member of their Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Tim Hudson play at Lee Scott?
Yeah, no, he played at here. He didn't play at
Glenwood.
He played at Glenwood, yeah. He was, coaching. His son played at Lee Scott.
He's pitching.
As a reminder, please return all foul balls to the dugout. Thank you.
First batter, let's see if he continues that.
Leading off, number 23, Andrew Tillery.
Andrew Tillery leads off the bottom of the second inning for Glenwood.
Strike one.
So it's Reed struck out the last 3 batters he faced, so that's pretty good. Tillery's a big, strong kid.
Infield kind of playing in, Mike.
And then the outfield's playing straight away.
Yeah.
Now, this is a big ballpark, 330 down the both lines.
Glenwood showed us that they're not afraid to bunt.
And 380 dead center. I've seen Chris Amos, my nephew, hit it over that scoreboard in a cable league game before. That's a ball hit foul. If you're going to find shade, you better get an umbrella or a tent.
Or stay home.
Yeah, right. If you're afraid of sunshine, I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
But it's for a big cause, this ball game, and of course it's beautiful surroundings. That looked like, oh man, just missed the corner. Man, he's got to see that pitch. This umpire's got to see that pitch.
He pitched to the mitt.
You're exactly right. That was a good pitch. Full count. Keep it down here. He did. Struck him out. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Reed Jenright. He is coasting right along. And again, Jerry, what is he doing? He's keeping the ball down.
Keeping the ball down on the big batters, Mike.
That's right.
Up to the plate, number 24, Slade James.
Brings up James.
Third baseman, a power hitter. Big boy, Mike. Real big, muscular boy.
Well, he leads the team in home runs. He and the young man Valero, yeah. That's a good pitch. They get a lot of their players from Phoenix City and from Smith Station and Opelika, I'm sure too, but a lot of them out of Columbus. A lot of good players are coming out of Columbus, Georgia. That's a foul. You know what he's looking for right now? His 5th consecutive strikeout.
Exactly.
That would be something if he can get this guy. This guy is a load now. You know what a load is, don't you?
Bring it on.
Big pitch here. And now count goes 2-2. That was a little change up there, didn't you think?
Yeah. Kind of a little off speed on it.
Yeah.
And
big pitch here. And that one's fouled down the line. I played in a Little League ball game one time. Rip Talbot, the great Rip Talbot, was playing for the Indians. And he pitched, it was a 6-inning game, and he pitched to 18 batters. He struck out the first 17, and the 18th batter fouled out down the right field sideline. Ground ball, shortstop, through the shortstop, right through his legs. And that one, Jerry, how many times you tell him to put the glove on the ground first and then come up?
Exactly.
Number 10, Trevor Crisco.
Mr. Jim Tom Norman taught me that a long time ago. But Rip Talbot struck out 17 out of 18 batters, and the Joel Amos fouled out down the line to Johnny McClendon. Or it would have been a perfect game with 18 home runs. You can't get any better than that.
He did turn a double play here. Big lead at first, Mike. Big lead at first.
Of course, he pitched a perfect game. But a perfect game with 18 strikeouts would have been something, wouldn't it? That was in Little League now. One out here. Swinging strike, throw back.
Behind him.
I tell you, you know, this young man's been taught. Of course, his daddy was an outstanding player growing up at Charles Henderson, and his daddy later on played for Columbus College. Well, played for Chase Riddle, and then transferred to Columbus College, and was a star catcher at Columbus College for many years, or not many years, just 2 or 3 years. But what I'm saying, he knows all about catching. His daddy, I'm sure, it's taught him a lot at the breakfast room table.
Exactly, as well as the Genwright boys. Yeah,
that's right.
Their daddy played for Troy, called three.
Yeah, that was a great pitch right there, and he gave him the inside corner that time. And that is another strikeout. Of course, that first James, who's at
Bryce Newman.
First base, got on E6.
Okay, that's out number 2. That'll bring up Bryce Newman, the second.
Brings up Bryce Newman, the second baseman.
Swing and a miss.
Of course, you can hear the radio very good, too. I don't know if it's coming through our system or not, but we can get some information from them, you know.
Very good information.
That's right. It's a good pitch again, very similar to that inside corner. Beautiful, beautiful morning. We've got 10:35 and moving. We're in the bottom of the second inning, and there are 2 outs. Yeah, it's a good pitch, throw back, very close, but not.
Oh, it went through, Mike.
Yeah.
No problem.
Very smart play by Barron, the second baseman, to bat that up. But that's the only negative thing about that throw, is that if it does get back, it can roll all the way down.
Go all the way to the wall.
Did this count on the batter, 1 and 2?
And the way he's pitching, I don't know if it should worry too much about this guy.
I wouldn't worry about the runner.
That one back up the middle. Let's see. Barron gets through for the first hit of the day for Glenwood. So they are
2 outs and runners on first and second.
It's Liam Carboni. Carboni or whatever. He's a good ball player. He's the shortstop. Carbone, thank you. Runners on first and second, and 2 out here. This out is big here, I promise you.
Mike definitely needs an out here, Mike.
Swinging fly ball that should be handled, and it is.
There it is.
By that young Davis Allen to end the inning. So
the leadoff there, Pike got away with it, Mike.
And of course, no runs on 1 hit, and they left 2 runners on base. So after 2 complete innings, it's Pike Liberal Arts nothing, Glenwood nothing.
Some people see an empty field. I see jobs, jobs, jobs. Like this site for the new Kimber Firearms Factory. I'm Marcus Paramore, and I'm working hard every day for our district's future. As your representative in Montgomery, I will cut through the red tape and deliver jobs, not excuses. Let's send a message that District 89 is open for business. Together, we can make our home a better place to work, worship, and play. Please vote Marcus Paramore on Tuesday, June the 5th.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
At Pike County Ford, we're starting 2018 with our grand reopening celebration. And it's your chance to save big on America's favorite brands, including $14 grand on new F-150s or the new Fiesta for under $13 grand. I'm Jeremy, the new owner, and this is how serious we are about earning your business. If you bring a deal to us we can't beat, we'll pay you $5 grand. The new Pike County Ford. Come by our grand reopening celebration today and find out.
Was injured, Jerry. I don't know if you realize this. And he hits it to the first baseman for out number 1. But he was injured in the Tuscaloosa game and had to sit out the remainder of the first game. But he was able to come back for the championship game on Thursday. But he was doing infield, and it's very easy to do, where the ball just bounced up and hit him in the throat.
Mike, he would.
And, you know, you get hit in the throat, buddy.
That'll disrupt everything.
That'll hold anybody back. They had a ground ball to shortstop. Long throw. What a play.
Good play by the shortstop.
And that's that number 1 for them. That's such a fine player. Carboni.
They both put the ball in play, but they both feel.
Sykes, of course, could run, but this guy got a bullet for an arm, I promise you.
Back to the top of the lineup.
Let's see. And Hollis, of course, has been outstanding. Of course, Sykes was a DH. Cody reached on well, actually was thrown out on a ground ball. His first at bat. We're in the top of the 3rd. A good curveball there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I don't know how much this stadium is used. I would think a lot of high schools would use this stadium. Will hit down the line, but foul. He turned on it. But if it's not being used, it's a shame. I'll tell you that.
Exactly, Mike. It's a lot of the semi-pro teams from around here that play, you know, their games
Sunday
on Saturdays and Sundays.
Cable League. That Cable League used to be big. That's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit.
You can come by and you can see a lot of cars on the weekend here.
That was a good hit by Hollis. Just to
That's the second hit of the ball game for the Patriots, and brings up Davis Allen. And of course, with Hollis with good speed on first. Let's see what they do here.
Mike, you were talking about Cody Hollis in the Macon East game. He naturally plays center field, and he went back for a long fly ball against the wall. He caught it, but he hit the pole and had to be taken out of the game and taken to the hospital here in Montgomery to have his face sewed up.
I didn't realize that. Then that was early in the year. Is that right?
That was the Macon East tournament about a month ago.
Jerry, let me tell you a play he made in center field, and he's an outstanding center fielder. He's only a junior, but he you know how you go, like you're going out for a pass, and then you turn completely around and make the play, make the catch. That's what he did in deep center field, all the way to the wall. He was back looking over his left shoulder. Then he turned and looked over his right shoulder. How hard is that now? Right shoulder, and made the catch on a dead run.
Very hard.
and that's how good a center fielder he is. Curveball misses.
3-1.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Top of the 3rd. Had a good pitch. And he walked him.
He walks him.
So now we got 2 speedy base runners with Cole McWhorter, the 3rd man in the lineup, comes to the plate. A guy that's got. Now, you remember the Jerry and I'm talking to Jerry Amos, Renfro, in the box with us. You remember the tremendous home run he hit against Lee Scott, and we said it had to go 400 feet.
Exactly.
mean, you know, they've got the big wall at Pike, and it's not real far down the line, but, I mean, he hit a gigantic shot. He got a lot of power and could turn this game around right here. I mean, I tell you, they're playing him in way too close. Don't you agree?
Exactly.
I mean, he can clear that. He can clear most every one of them.
He can put it over the heads.
I don't know where their scouting report is on him, but I would say power to burn. Wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Just a 10th grader, but he is a big, strong kid. This is outside. They're being pretty cautious with him, even though first base is not open.
You got runners on first and second.
Big pitch here, 2-1 count. Might be a good one to turn on here. Well hit, base hit down the right field line.
He got through, and they sent it him, Mike.
One run will score. All the way around is Davis Allen, and there he is, Cole McWhorter. Didn't surprise me, did it? Surprise you?
No surprise whatsoever. No surprise whatsoever.
And of course, he hit it the other way, and Hollis was able to score easily. So we got a run in with 2 outs here. And brings up another very good hitter in Wood Jenright.
And you still got runners on first and third.
And let's see if they'll do something with Cole. Now, out of all the speedsters on this team, he is not what you call a speedster, but he runs pretty well for his size.
Exactly.
Well hit right up the middle. Shortstop tags second for out number 3. But damage has been done. Pike LeVillard scored 1 run on 2 hits, and they left 2 batters stranded. So going into the bottom of the 3rd inning is Pike LeVillards of Troy 1, Glenwood Academy nothing. Up Adams at the top of the lineup. Nick Adams walked to lead things off in the first, but was stranded after Jenright retired all 3 of the next batters by strikes.
Ball outside, Mike.
Of course, it's a big play there, base hit through the second baseman there. Good effort by Barron, but to no avail. So now
stepping into the plate,
Glenwood's got something going.
Brooks Clark. I saw him say to them next.
All right.
I want to say they're the Gators. Is that right?
Yeah, Glenwood Gators.
Yeah.
Call strike 1.
Boy, they have really dominated baseball.
The last several years.
It was good to see the former Atlanta Brave pitcher back in the game, wouldn't you say?
Exactly.
Talking about Tim?
Yeah.
You know, he coaches for Lee Scott now because his son plays on Lee Scott. He's a junior varsity player. Martin struck out back in the first inning. And good bunt, and I think the only way he can go is first base, and he does for out number 1.
Now batting, number 21, Jalen Williams.
Brings up Jalen Williams.
Number 1.
Williams struck out back in the first.
Playing first base today.
Well, you know, he's got a lot of power. They say that, you know, he's probably the fastest man on the team. That's a strike. Beautiful morning right here in Montgomery, Alabama at historic Patterson Field. Swinging strike. You know, Whitaker played shortstop, and the other, you know, and of course he's a Hall of Fame candidate. You remember him? Mm-hmm. And then of course they had a lot of yeah, they had a lot of other guys that played with the Tigers that played here. 2-strike count. And got a piece of it. You know, the worst thing in the world is to be a pitcher and you got 2 strikes on the batter and you throw a real good pitch and it gets just a tip of it.
Just enough to foul it off.
Yeah, and now you got to go throw another good pitch. Jenwright's a senior going to Southern Union along with his brother Wood Jenwright and Nate Renfro. You know, those boys, you're talking about deer hunters. Boy, those kids were raised in the woods.
Exactly.
They still, you know.
Skin oak hunting.
That's right. The skin oak there, you know. Just missed. He could have took one for the team then, and he didn't, Jerry. 1 and 2 count.
Ball coming in pretty fast.
He could have very easily took one for the team, you know. Another good pitch.
Yeah, he could have leaned into it, but he leaned back.
A ball, 2 strikes. They've got runner on second base.
He said he wants to hit.
1-0. Good curveball there, just missed.
2-2.
Of course, the city of Montgomery does a wonderful job hosting tournaments, and appreciate their recreation department of putting on this thing. And Alabama High School, the Alabama Independent School staff does a wonderful job with this. Good pitch there. You got a piece of it. Count goes 2-2. 1 run in, and that's by Pike. They lead 1-0.
Like the public schools here are the state here. When the public schools come to town, they play 1 game here and 1 game down at Biscuit Stadium.
Yeah, that's right. But see, the Biscuits are in town this week.
Exactly.
Did you know that?
They're in. They've got a game every game.
But you know what? I just soon play right here. This is a wonderful place.
Exactly.
A fabulous place for a high school tournament.
Exactly.
And see, I noticed that one of the
3-2, 1 out.
Big pitch here. Ground ball foul. He's hanging in there. He's a dangerous batter because he can run so well. 3rd batter in the inning in the lineup. Tell you what, this is just—it's very, very nice to be in the air conditioning. Just think of those folks down there.
And that's where I thought we were going to be.
My wife went out of town and she said, "Man, where'd you get so much sun?" I said, "Sitting at a ball game. If I got to get sun, that'll be fine." Good pitch here, but he walks him. So with 1 out here, Glenwood's got something going as they bring up Valero.
Bryce Valero.
And Valero was another one of those guys that struck out back in the first.
He walked Dick Adams to lead off batter first.
So hopefully he can keep the ball down and make a play here.
He's a cleanup batter.
And a good one. Got power to all fields. Up high. The Tillery, the is on deck.
Yeah, runners on first and second. One out.
That was outside. Tillery, the on-deck batter, is already signed with North Carolina State. That's a pretty good program.
As well as Carbone, he's signed with LaGrange College.
Yeah.
Backstop.
2-ball count.
Call timeout.
Yeah, you wouldn't have believed how tall that mound was last week at
Tuscaloosa Academy.
Oh, I could not get over it. It's the tallest mound I've ever seen. Throw back, and they almost threw it away. A good effort by Copeland, at all 6'2" of him, thank goodness. Got to be careful. But I will tell you this, that young man won't get off as far as this pitch. 3 balls.
McWhorter's not afraid to throw behind the batter.
He walked him on 4 pitches.
Loads the bases.
It brings up that man we were talking about, Andrew Tillery.
Stepping up to the plate,
big right fielder.
Number 23, Andrew Tillery.
And here comes Coach Ponder, the outstanding young coach at Pike Liberal Arts. We'll keep it right here. Of course, you can't walk 2 batters in a row and and be safe. Adams a single first batter and then moved to second on a sacrifice by Barton, and now with walks to Williams and Villardo, they've got the bases loaded, 1 out.
Bases loaded, 1 out, and it brings up the home run leader for Glenwood, Mike.
Well, all you got to do is look at him. I mean, you can tell he's got the swing.
He's got the power. Tillery leads Glenwood in home runs. But he doesn't need to show us one.
Well, I tell you this, I'd pitch away from him.
We don't want to see one now.
I don't know if I want him to be able to turn on one, That's a good pitch for a strike, and as I say, pitch it away from him. He pitches it right in there to the hand. Perfect throw. The best thing is either a pop-up or a ground ball to the pitcher. If you want to know anything good that can come from this, add one up high.
Way up high.
And he's got to get more consistent about keeping the ball down there. He's been injured. He had a sore, was injured during football season, was hardly ever not able to play any basketball. He's a good basketball player. And they brought him back to play baseball, and he's had some reoccurrences. Good pitch there. Just missed. And he wanted it, you can tell.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That's right. And the one thing we don't want to do is walk this guy. We want him to keep it in play.
On base.
And let our defense have a chance to make something happen. Good pitch there for a strike.
2-2.
Good pitch. So now he can do pretty much whatever he wants to.
He's got a pitch to waste.
Yeah. Let's see if a lot of times McWhorter moves a lot, but let's see if he moves to one way or the other. Big pitch here. I mean, big pitch. Struck him out.
Struck him out.
Boy, oh boy, what a play.
What a strikeout.
One of the things that I left out of that equation just a while ago, ground ball back, pop up or ground ball back to the pitcher. How about a strikeout?
Yeah, strikeout. That's big.
And that was his 6th strikeout of the game. Boy, he's really been mowing them down. And he's gotten Tillery for the 2nd time. This brings up James.
Another power
third
hitter,
baseman. Gave him the corner. That's a good call.
good pitch by Jim Wright. He hung that ball right on the outside part of the plate.
Tell you what, you strike out 6 of these guys, you've done pretty well. Big pitch here. And there's a pop-up, and we'll take it. Here comes Davis Allen in from right.
For it, for the out.
And he makes the catch to end the inning.
What a way to work yourself out of a miss.
No question about it. No runs on one hit. They left the bases loaded. And after 3 complete innings of play, it is Pike Liberal Arts of Troy 1, Glenwood Academy of Phoenix City nothing. We'll be back for the top of the 4th inning after this.
I'm Judge Wes Allen. It's been an honor to serve as Pike County Probate Judge for 9 years. When liberals descended on Pike County to attack our values, you stood by me. And when our office was criticized for fiscally conservative policies, you supported me. And I want to thank you for that. Now, I need your help to carry those same principles to the Alabama legislature to represent you and all the residents of House District 89. I'll lead in the State House with the same values that's guided me in the courthouse. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm asking for your vote on June the 5th.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Come see us at Don Walker Western Wear. From boots, jeans, and jackets to shirts, hats, and belts, we're your headquarters for Western wear for the entire family. With the largest selection of jeans in town, we carry famous brands like Wrangler, Levi, Carhartt, Ariat, and Cinch. We've also got plenty of styles of boots to choose from, including Justin, Lucchese, Ariat, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Dan Post, and Corral. So come on in to Don Walker Western Wear, located on Highway 231 in Troy.
Back in the 2nd inning, he's got one of the 2 Pike hits, or 3 Pike hits right now. Misses outside. See that kudzu in deep center field, Jerry? Mm-hmm. Don't you remember, man, you grew up playing in kudzu? You grew up. Do you ever remember diving into kudzu for a ball?
I remember diving in there to hide.
To hide from my daddy who you woke up?
Yeah.
Your Uncle Bubba, is that right?
Uncle Bubba.
2-1 now.
He did, of course, you know, he knew we were back there, but he didn't want you banging the windows, did he?
No. Nickname Cush.
That's right.
Cushion foot.
And, you know, the more I find out about him, ground ball hit hard right at the second baseman, and he throws him out. So that gets Renfro on a ground out. But, you know, he played him back in the old days. He was a catcher. Did you know that? He was a catcher, and they said he was a good catcher.
He taught me to catch, Mike.
Well, I bet he helped you.
He did. He really did.
He didn't help me, but he probably helped you.
He helped me.
Well, you know, I was a Yankee fan because of him, and of course, I later on became a big Mickey Mantle fan and huge Yankee fan. Of course, this is Reed Jenright. Good bunt, but foul. But that was a base hit type bunt right there. He had a good jump. Talking about a bunter, and talking about that 3-strike bunt. The only other guy I've ever seen do that was the great Mickey Mantle. He used to bunt on on the 3rd strike. And if he ever got it down, it was over. He thought he could fly, especially from the left side. You know, he was one of the fastest guys to ever run to first base in baseball history. 3 3/10 seconds, I believe, is what they had him.
He had the speed.
Ground ball foul. You know, you talk about Reed, you know, he's quarterback on the football team. He was a very good player on the basketball team, but he hurt his wrist before the end of the football season, so he couldn't play basketball. But he is, look at that 3rd strike, but that's a great bunt. I mean, a super bunt, but a good play by the catcher to throw him out.
And Mike, that was a bunt with 2 strikes.
It sure was. And he laid down a beautiful bunt, but he just couldn't. You can't outrun a speeding bullet, Jay.
No. What about number 5?
You know what I mean?
Barron. Pitcher made a good play.
Brings up Trevor Barron. Trevor's been solid in this whole series. Very good against Lee Scott. Of course, very good against Tuscaloosa last week, and now got a big game, the game of his life here today.
Exactly. Mike, I guess you call don't pull all strings that you got out, because I've seen each team bunt on the third strike here.
I know it really is unusual.
That you,
very unusual.
Things that you don't see, but I mean you're here to win the ball game, so you don't do what everybody.
Well, I'll tell you this: I don't think the third baseman knew it, but we just wasn't far enough out.
Had he been 4 foot, 5 foot further, it'd been a completely different story.
But the last person you wanted to handle the ball was the catcher, and that's what happened.
Exactly.
So he walks Barron, so that gives us a base runner with
another 2 outs.
With Copeland coming up.
They scored their only run with 2 outs in the third.
Copeland, another good power hitter for Pike.
And only a junior, and he's another one that plays all sports. I mean, he's a good basketball player and a very good football player. Hard-nosed kid.
Max Copeland.
He lost a bunch of weight recently, and he's trying to get that weight back. If he does, he's a good one. Umbrella's not a bad thing to have today either.
Not a bad thing to have at all, Mike. I had ours in the Tahoe in case we needed it.
You know, I spent a lot of time around the Troy University swinging strike, around the Troy University campus, and you see a lot of Chinese students. Most every one of them got an umbrella.
Got an umbrella over their head.
I mean, they understand that you don't need to get a lot of sun on your head.
Yeah, but we as Americans don't understand that. We lay out.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'll tell you something for everybody to know. If you're outside in the sunlight, wear a hat, because the worst thing in the world is get a bad skin cancer in your head.
Exactly. One ball, one strike, 2 outs.
Let's see if they send him here. Swinging foul tip. No, they say, now they call it a foul ball. Wait a minute, they're going to give him they say he didn't make contact. So that was a big play for Pike. Barron at second. No outs here in the top of the fourth inning.
Swung at him a bounce pitch. You give him a wild pitch. Okay.
Wild pitch.
Oh, is that what you gave him?
Yeah. One off the catcher.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Keep it straight over here. Runner on second, 2 outs.
Left-handed pitcher's very steady. That could drop. That could drop. No, now the right fielder comes in and makes a big play. Tilry comes in and makes a big play to end the inning.
And might add a good play to save a run.
No question about it. No runs on no hits, and they left one man stranded. We'll be back to the, well, let's keep it right here. Pike, after going into the bottom of the fourth inning, leads Glenwood 1-0.
Like a very well played ball game by both teams. Of course, if they wasn't good, they wouldn't be here.
You're right.
Defending state champions and runner-up from last year facing each other again this year. What else could you ask?
And again, we want to thank all of the sponsors, and I can't name them all, so I'm not going to, but all the guys that have supported this telecast and enabling us to go by Facebook across the world, live on Troy Cable Channel 2. And that's saying a lot right there, but again, locally, over an 8-county area, all the way to the top of Lake Martin, to the bottom of the Dothan-Geneva line, and it's just a lot of fun to be bringing you Pike Liberal Arts Baseball on Troy Cablevision.
All right, Chipper, what do we got for the lines? Okay, 1 run for the Patriots on 3 hits and 1
number
error.
10, Trevor,
no runs,
Crisco.
no 2 hits and no errors. Crisco.
Mike, I just had a text from Helena, Alabama, that they're watching the slides.
Well, that's great, Jerry. That's great.
Said the reception is very, very good.
Wonderful. Everything's good.
If you're listening, text or let us know. Thanks to Troy Cable, we're sitting here in the air condition watching the state playoff.
Of course, this is the first game of a best 2 out of 3 series. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The winner of this game, or the two teams, will meet 30 minutes after this game's over. Is that right? And then if they had a third game, what time would that be? Do you know? 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, so
tomorrow. If it's an if game. The if game. It says 11. That's right.
Okay.
I'm on Eastern. I'm sorry.
And the drive to left field.
Pretty well hit ball to left field, Mike.
And it's high, real high. And I tell you what, that guy, Kason Murphy, has been all over the field in this whole tournament. In fact, one of the stars of the game, Jerry, is this outfield for Pike Liberal, with Murphy in center, Murphy in left, Hollis in center, and Davis, Allen in right. That was a big out there.
As I said, Mike, it's always good to hear from the viewers, the listeners, or whatever. Let us know.
In fact, call in. We'd love to hear from you.
Exactly. Hope you enjoyed the game as much as we enjoy bringing it to you.
No question about it. That's a foul ball. You know, that ball that Crisco hit was a mile high. That was what you call a major league pop.
Exactly. Major league pop-up.
Sure was. If you'd straighten that out, no telling how far to go.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
That's another
good pitch.
Close call there.
Ball.
This is Newman. He singled back in the 2nd inning.
A lot of speed. Newman got a lot of speed. High ball 3. First and third is kind of playing in, Mike. 3-1 pitch, strike 2.
Tell you, Jenwright's pitched very well. Right now, you're looking at holding the top team in the state to 2 hits. Well, actually, ground ball, this could be a tough one. Long throw by Renfro got him. And I tell you, Jerry, I don't know what happened to you, but this kid's got a gun for an arm.
He got it from me, Mike.
No, he got it on the other side of the family.
No, that's a Renfro
Jerry,
arm.
an Amos had never been able to throw a ball that hard and that fast.
I have from home to second. never from short to first, because they wouldn't put me there.
All right, this brings up Carboni.
2 outs.
He can make some things happen.
Way outside.
I like Jenwright when he's throwing from the I think his breaking pitch is a lot better from the full stride.
Exactly.
There it is right there.
Good pitch. No,
he didn't give it to him.
He didn't get it.
Is this one of these umpires that calls a strike, and a ball?
It's looking very much that way. Strike, and a ball,
and it's a hard strike. That's a good pitch.
If you get the strike, you deserve it.
No question about it. And hey, as long as he calls it on both sides, everything's fine.
Everything's straight down the middle.
We're having a lot of fun here from Patterson Field. Just missed that time. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. You don't need to get this guy on now.
No, we don't need base runners right now.
Especially one that can fly. But I tell you what, folks hadn't seen anything yet until they see McWhorter's throw to second. Had one right back. Great. Now, that's what an athlete can do right there. He goes and takes it unassisted.
Unassisted out by the pitcher.
But did you see his move? I mean, he just turned perfectly to get that ball for out number 3. So, going into the bottom of the 4th.
Top of 5.
The top of 5. It is Pike Liberal Arts 1, Glenwood Academy out of Phoenix City, nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. Moving right along. Then I'm going to Birmingham after this.
Yeah, you said you were going to watch Troy State.
Mississippi State.
Can Troy beat them?
Yeah, Troy can beat anybody in America. I mean, Troy's got a great program. They've always had a good program. I tell you what, ain't a dime bit of difference in their players than ours. I'm telling you. They're good. Hey, are you going up?
What's that?
Hey, are you going up to Birmingham? Are you going to Birmingham?
For what?
For the Troy game. You're not going? For what?
I got other stuff. I got other baseball, softball.
Yeah. All right. I just wondered you'd say for what. That's pretty big game.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm going. I was looking for somebody to ride with me. If you want to go, let me know.
If you look now, they're like that.
Oh, yeah, we know.
As an attorney with 5 years of experience in more than 100 cases in Pike County Probate Court, Michael Bunn is the only candidate with the experience to get the job done on day one, and that's important. The probate judge handles complex legal matters, including adoptions, involuntary mental commitments, guardianships, conservatorships, and estates. Michael Bunn has the experience to get the job done, and he cares about our county. Michael will continue Judge Allen's policy of not issuing marriage licenses, which is important to protect Pike County values. Experienced, conservative, Michael Bunn.
Top of the 5th inning. Good bunt.
Bunt down
good
third.
Bunt. He can run. Long throw, got him. Boy, I tell you, that was a good play. Really a fine play.
Mike, I can say both teams are not afraid to put the ball on the ground by a bunt.
No question
we've seen
about
more
it.
bunts probably already
And I tell you,
in 4.5 innings than we've seen in
and I tell
several games combined.
Yeah, Sykes, who's also a very good pitcher for Pike, has good speed.
One thing about Pike, Mike, they're loaded with pitchers, as you know.
Oh yeah. And that's very important in tournament play.
Exactly.
Because this brings up Hollis in the top of the order. He singled and scored the only run of the game.
Very, very much
in the second.
Good for Pike, Mike, being that, each pitcher's limited to so many pitches a week, Yeah.
I tell you, I like this delivery from this pitcher. I tell you, Adams knows how to pitch. You just watch his delivery, and he doesn't try to overthrow the ball. He's very smooth.
Would you call it fluid, smooth?
Oh, yeah, no
Mike?
question. He's really fluid. That one caved him for a strike. He was right in there, tied out of the hand. But what I'm saying, I think he's one of these kids that just makes you keep the ball in play and expects his infield to make big plays, and they have. Swinging strike, and they got him on strikes, and he swung at a bad pitch for out number 2, and that's foul ball. It is foul ball on my band. Foul ball, and that was a good one. Allen is on deck. Jerry, if you think about it, very few balls. Very few balls that Pike has hit have been out of the infield. There's been really a lot of ground balls in this game.
I think the only 2 has been out of the infield, Mike, are the base hits.
The base hits, that's right. But I tell you what, if this guy's senior number 5 is his senior, boy, he looks like a seasoned pitcher. And he throws strikes. He makes you keep it in play. In fact, he's walked only 2 batters today.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Top of the lineup with Cody Hollis, who can run. That one gets away from him. And now we're looking at 3-2. So Cody had worked it to a 3-2 count. And if he gets on, and with Davis Allen coming up, who's got all kinds of speed, could make some things happen for the Patriots. He missed.
He put him on.
And a good, fast runner going to first base with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Pike leads 1-0 by way of a big hit by Cole McWhorter.
Mike and Allen is he's a place sitter. He can place the ball where he wants it to go, as we saw in previous games.
Yeah, Jerry, what is the thing that stands out about him more than anything? He's got, look at his legs, strong legs. He's only a 10th grader, but can run.
He's fast. He's very, very fast.
And covers right field like very few people. Again, let's see what they do here.
One out, runner on first.
Is this a hit and run situation? What do you think? At the bunt.
Foul.
Did you see him get down that line?
Yep.
Buddy, he can run. Troy University is at the Regions Park in Birmingham tonight against Mississippi State. That's a 6 o'clock start, and that game can be heard on WTBF radio.
Glenwood got the bullpen working, look like number 15, Mike.
Well, I tell you what, the last thing they need is a pitcher. This guy's tough. That was in the air, but foul.
15, Mike. Sykes for Glenwood is warming up in the booth.
Okay. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Pike leads 1-0 with Davis Allen at the plate.
Runner on first, one out.
Going up against Nick Adams, the pitcher. Swinging foul. I'll tell you this, another thing about Allen, I've watched him in these last 3 or 5 games I watched him play, we did the telecast. He's a hard out. I mean, he doesn't go down easy.
He gets a piece of the ball.
That's right. And he's going to make contact.
Exactly.
And then even if you hit it on the ground with his kind of speed, he's got a shot.
He's got a chance to run it out.
It's all about making plays, making things happen. Let's see if they send him here. They do.
He's gone.
And they got it. He's safe. Boy, now Cody Hollis with the stolen base.
Changes.
I had a feeling that he was going to do that.
Changes the looks of the game, Mike. Now you got a runner on second.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Allen hits the ball a lot to the opposite side of the field, and let's see if that's what he does. Oh, right on the middle. It's going to be tough. Going to be real tough. Great play by that shortstop. And let me tell you this guy can run, and that shortstop threw it from almost the grass behind second base.
The corner.
What kind of play is that?
To get a fast runner.
I know it. What a play. Man, what a play.
McWhorter.
And McWhorter's got the big hit in the game, and we got to get another one from him.
Pike needs a hit here bad, Mike. Runner on third. 2 outs.
Buddy, what a play by that shortstop. Man, oh, man. Remember that play, Jerry.
Yep.
Because that was a bang, bang play there. Carboni. Get down the right
field line, foul.
You notice about him, and I'm sure Coach Ponder works on this, and I think he hits the ball a lot at where the ball's pitched.
Exactly. They go with the pitch.
And they don't want him to pull the ball. So look at where the right field is playing. All kinds of room in right center field, but they're playing him to hit behind, to hit where the ball's pitched.
Mike, is a big gap down the left field line.
I know it. That's right. Remember, he's got power, ladies and gentlemen. Hard hit to the shortstop. Big bounce, and they throw him out. That big bounce helped him, and they throw him out.
2 good plays by the shortstop.
So, no runs on no hits, and they left 2 runners on. So, going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Pike Liberal Arts 1, Glenwood Academy of Phoenix City, nothing. Hey, that ball doesn't hit that mound. That's base hit. Did you see how that ball did?
Mm-hmm.
They just left 1 man on, didn't they?
Yeah, left 1 on.
I didn't have a hit. Did you want a hit in there? Wasn't
No.
This is a very good defensive game.
Very good defensive game.
They're playing very well.
A lot of zeros up there and a 1, which is on the right side. Pike leading 1-0 after 5.5 innings.
And senior Reed Genright has gone the distance, allowing just 2 hits in this game.
And Mike, I might say after the very first batter, he settled down and got in his groove.
And of course, he has done very well in this game so far.
Allowed 2 hits.
Yeah.
Pike has 3 hits, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, or 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. And Linwood, no runs, 2 hits with no errors.
Exactly right. Of course, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning game.
And the pitcher is going to be coming up. I tell you what, you're talking about solid now. He's a solid player. He can do it all.
Leading off is the pitcher, Nick Adams.
Where does Adams play when he's not pitching?
Center field.
Center field. I bet he can go get it, can he? Nick Adams, the pitcher, steps up. Genright has really pitched well. Nick walked in the first and singled in the third.
I can see another pop-up for Pike coming. Not a pop-up in baseball, but another pop-up to stay 100, stay cool.
Exactly right.
Academy Sports has done well today, it appears.
2 balls and no strikes. Don't need this guy on the bases. He can run. That's a good pitch.
Has a call strike.
You know, it seems like Genright throws the pitches he needs when he needs them. You ever notice that?
When he needs it, he gets it.
He does. That's an off-speed pitch.
Off of the foul.
I tell you, we talk about Reed and how good he is. His twin brother Woods also an outstanding player and makes plays. And he made a dive-in play against Tuscaloosa Academy that it'd be a highlight on any screen. I'm telling you, where he dove the full length and not only made the stop but threw the runner out. At a ground ball, it is foul.
Count remains 2-2.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the box there. Tell them what the box is there for.
The batter's box?
No, down first baseline.
Oh, the runner has got to stay in there going down the line.
On a bunted play or any throw to first base, he's not interfering with the ball. And one misses.
3-2.
Full count. Again, to a guy that can run, so we need to get this guy out. There's a drive hit down the left field line.
It's going foul.
Murphy making a long run for Nault. Of course, you talk about the cemetery there, when people like Hank Williams Sr. is buried there. That's a lot of history. This town has a lot of history.
A lot of history.
There's a drive. And on the run is Davis Allen. He got it. Did he catch it? He called that ball.
What a play by Davis Allen.
Man, what a play.
Mike, that goes back to what you're saying. Speed in the outfield, and that ball had hit on it all the way. Had
that ball
extra
went
bases.
a long way, all the way to the 364 mark. And like you said, it was like going out for a long pass.
Exactly. That had extra bases on it.
So remember that play in this game. Boy, what a
play by the right fielder, Allen.
And it got a good base runner off the bases. All right, here's number 4, Barton. He got on a sacrifice in the 4th inning, and of course struck out back in the first.
Call strike, 1-1.
Well, I tell you what, you're right. They're making money on these
on these pop-ups.
Had another drive, but foul. I tell you, General has been able to get ahead in the count, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Exactly.
You know, you caught for all those years, Jerry, and now you can call anything you want to, can't you?
Exactly.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Good pitch. Oh, boy. Now, I tell you, well, first of all, how does a batter with 2 strikes let a ball like that go by?
Not swing at that.
I know it. That's a good pitch, but it's up high. He's liable to lose this guy here. We
3
don't watch
balls,
it.
2 strikes, 1 out.
This is a guy that can run, too. Brooks Barton.
He walked him.
And that's what happens. Didn't get a couple of calls, and that's what happens.
Now batting is the first baseman, Jalen Williams.
Brings up the 3rd man in their order, Williams. He struck out back in the 1st and walked back in the 3rd. But a very dangerous base runner in Brooks Barton at first.
Pike's got 1 out.
Jerry, how many times you heard old Diaz say those bases on balls will kill you if you don't watch it?
As a call strike.
What was that on Saturday baseball? What was that? What they call that old man that used to say that? What was his name? Somebody call in and tell us. Swinging strike.
Runners going.
Oh, they got him.
What a throw. What a throw about McWhorter.
Well, all right, dude. It's back what we were talking about earlier. They haven't seen McWhorter's yards.
No. What a throw.
Our shortstop was sitting there waiting on him.
Renfro standing there waiting.
That's right. Anytime you just sit there and wait on a throw, that was a huge out.
It was like Renfro had the ball waiting on the runner to get to it.
Remember that play.
What a play by the catcher.
It's 2 outs now instead of 1 out and a guy at second.
What a play.
And one of your top hitters at the place in Jalen Williams.
Oh, I almost hit him.
But again, Jake.
Backup catcher.
Oh, hard hit down 3rd, Mike.
Well, this guy's one of their top players in Williams.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of 5.
Again, way ahead in the count, though. That's very important. That one's up high.
He had the pitch to waste.
Of course, Glenwood traditionally one of the strong baseball teams in any state in high school.
And
very
football,
good.
Mike.
Swinging drive down the left field line. It could be trouble. It is foul, thank goodness. All of that running for naught. For 1 strike.
And now you can take a deep breath because I held it all the way. I thought the ball was in.
The guy that's breathing easier than anybody is the pitcher right now. But I tell you, this guy, Cason, is a senior, Cason Murphy, and of course comes from that great Murphy family. In fact, a lot of people might know who Sambo Murphy is. He's from Columbus, Georgia, and he was the quarterback when Bobby Marlowe played, his great-grandfather, back when Bobby Marlowe played for Troy High School. And a renowned fast-pitch softball guy. You remember back in the old days, fast-pitch softball was big.
Exactly.
And then, of course, Tom Murphy, his uncle, great athlete at old Troy High School. Played with Bill Rice and Kerry Dozier and all that bunch. And that's all that same family of Cason Murphy that can run. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he's an excellent outfielder.
Batter stepped out, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
He's a senior, only that's a sharp ball foul, thank goodness.
Mike, he's getting a piece of it, and he's getting a good piece of it.
But thank goodness we're sort of wearing him out right now, don't you think?
I hope we wear him all the way out.
God, look at him. You can tell
he's a man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably one of their top players. Big pitch here, outside. He had that one to give. Full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mike needs an out.
And again, with Valari on deck, we need to make something happen here. He missed it, so he walked him. So Williams walks. And this will be interesting here with Valero coming to the plate. He's a cleanup hitter. But will Williams test the arm of McWhorter?
Mike, we got a pitcher warming up in the Pike bullpen. I can't pick up a number yet.
If he's left-handed, if he's left-handed, it's Nelson, or it could be Steed. But Nelson pitched brilliantly the last time he was out. That's a good pitch. The greatest number of all time in baseball, this guy's got on his back.
Drew Nelson warming up in the bullpen for Pike.
Boy, and he's been tough. In fact, if you, so things are happening with speed on the bases, and that makes it tough. The number that the great Mickey Mantle wore, number 7. That was my favorite number for a long time. Still is one of my favorite numbers.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Runner on second due to pass ball.
Big, quite a. That one's up high. They're giving him a lot of room between third and short because you got to keep that runner on. That's what a good base runner will do to you.
He opens that gap.
That's right. And then was Valero walked last time he was up. That was up high. So he might be getting a little tired here. 3-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Excuse me, bottom of the 5th inning. What do we got here?
Bottom of 5.
Yeah,
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second.
Good pitch that time. This could be trouble. But look at that guy.
Here he comes. Here comes Allen.
Again, Allen can run, and he ran down that fly ball for the out. So that was a big play in this game.
What an opportune time.
So no runs on no hits and no errors and 1 man left on base. So after 5 complete innings of play, it is Pike Liberal Arts of Troy, Alabama 1, Glenwood Gators of Phoenix City, Alabama nothing. We'll be back to historic Patterson Field in just a moment.
Virginia Green Nowling has spent her entire career helping others and pursuing justice. A proud Republican with strong conservative values. Virginia has served as both a prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney and has extensive experience in the areas of juvenile and family law. Virginia is strong and decisive and will issue fair and impartial rulings to everyone. Please vote Virginia Green Nowling. Paid political advertisement by Nowling for District Judge Committee, P.O. Box 596, Troy, Alabama 36081.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
The First National Bank is a true community bank. That's why we created and introduced our Spirit checking account. Spirit Checking offers you checks and debit cards that display the logo of your favorite school. Every time you make a purchase with your Spirit debit card, the First National Bank will donate 1 cent to your school. Talk Spirit Checking with us today in Troy or Brundage. It's just another way we're making your banking better. Member FDIC.
2 hits, no errors, and they've left 3 men stranded. And the Patriots, Pike Liberal, 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. And now, after 5 complete innings of play, it's still Pike Liberal Arts 1, Glenwood Gators nothing.
You got Wood Genwright coming up. Got the meat of the order.
They need to try to, it'd be great if they could save this kid.
Batting first this inning.
Left-handed kid.
24, Genwright.
Wood Genwright.
There's the old saying, it's time for Pike Liberal Arts to rattle the bats.
No question about it. Wood Genwright grounded out in the 2nd and 3rd inning. I tell you what, he can run, and he makes things happen. I tell you, the outstanding defensive third baseman, and he really makes plays. See, I've never seen him pitch, but I know I've seen him. He's got a good arm from third base.
He's a good relief pitcher, Mike. Three balls, no strikes. They lost him.
They did, sure did. And Wood, a good base runner, trots to first base on the base on balls.
Here comes Glenwood coach, Mike.
Nate Renfro.
The son of the late, great. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. Surely they're not going to take him out, I don't think.
No, nobody was working in the bullpen. They had started the pitcher in the bullpen, but he's back in the dugout. Nobody's working. Nobody's working in the Pike bullpen.
Yeah. Oh, there's no need. This guy's pitched brilliantly. He really has. He's a very good pitcher.
Renfro's due.
That's good. I'll take that.
Of course, he's a guy that's really got a lot of pop in his bat. I would think he leads Pike in home runs. Is that right?
I don't think so, Mike. I don't know.
Would it be McWhorter or?
Reed, Jenright will be right up there with him too.
Yeah, you're right. You got to be careful over there at first base. So it's
swing and a miss, strike one.
Wood's an experienced player. He got a big lead there. That's a
ball in low.
Ball low. One ball and a strike. Let's see what they do here. No out. Off speed pitch. Fill in there. One ball, two strikes. I don't know whether to announce or listen to the radio.
Big lead at first by Jenright.
Because, again, Wood can run. Swinging strike.
Struck him out.
So he tried to hit a ball about over his head almost, but that's how they got him.
Walking up.
You know, these batters see that ball and they feel like they can drive it, and they go for bad pitches sometimes. Brings up Reed Jenright. Let's see what they do here with Wood. Call it a ball. Big crowd, especially from Pike here today, down the left field line. The Glenwood folks are down the right field line.
We've got action in the Pike bullpen again, Mike.
Oh, he hit him. And so Reed takes one for the
team,
and puts a runner in scoring position with Barron coming to the plate.
Now batting second baseman Trevor Barron.
They're going to have to get him this time, I believe. If he goes over that line, then he will.
Make it a change, Mike.
Yeah. They'll be bringing in
number 15,
Luke Davis, a right-handed pitcher. Let's see what they do. Davis is the pitcher, number 15. Big, fine-looking pitcher, too.
Mike, it's going to be a position change. It looks like the pitcher's going to center field.
Yeah. And he pitched a good ball game.
Very good ball game. Very good ball game.
Allowed only 2 hits the entire ball game. And
gave up 3 hits on one run on 3 hits.
That's right.
No, it's Luke Davis.
And he scattered those, you know.
Correction, Luke Davis. No.
Oh, boy.
Mike,
he looked like the Mad Hungarian.
I'm saying I don't know if I've ever seen a delivery like this
remember
before.
the Mad Hungarian?
Yeah.
He used to do that, and I tell you somebody else, Ron Deeren, the old Yankee pitcher, used to come in and he had to have glasses, real thick glasses.
Exactly.
And he would come in and throw it over the catcher's head intentionally, and he threw the ball 100 miles an hour or close to it, and would scare people to death because they said he couldn't see. And he was their reliever, and I tell you what, he kept them on their toes, you know.
Exactly. I mean,
another great reliever like that was old Gossett. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Goose Gossett, yeah. Boy, he throws hard. Is this guy junior or senior? Junior.
All right, back here at Patterson Field, we're in the top of the 6th inning with the Patriots leading the Glenwood Gators 1-0. The Gators are making a pitching change. They're bringing in number 15 to the mound, Luke Davis. He's taking his warm-up pitch.
Do you have any idea where you're going to bat him? Where he'll bat?
I'm thinking they're going to push.
Where?
He's already out there. Adams is going to the mound to center.
All right, so he'll just be a designated hitter.
Yeah, and that's probably what they're going to do.
No, he'll bat for the center fielder. He'll bat for the center fielder, Barton.
Oh, okay. Will they take Barton out?
Yeah, they took Barton out. It was a
okay.
Position change 2 ways. Barton came out, and the pitcher went to center field.
That's good. Okay, back to play here at Cramner Bowl.
And it's just across the street, Mike.
Beautiful Patterson Field in Montgomery, Alabama. This lady is still a fine ship.
Yes, she is.
Don't you agree?
Yes, she is.
I remember some of the great ball games. Troy University, Chase Riddle led Troy to national championship ships here 2 years in a row, 1986 and 87. And guess where Chase Riddle was from? Phoenix City, Columbus, Columbus, Georgia. Went to Jordan High School.
Former Major League.
It's a legend if there ever was one.
Former Major League scout for the St. Louis Cardinals.
And one of the greatest coaches ever coached college football anywhere.
College baseball.
What did I say, football?
Yeah.
He
probably could have been that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just hope that what's coming out of my mouth is correct. But what a great man he was, too. He was our hero, wasn't he?
He was our hero. Pumped many a gallon of gas in his car.
That's right.
Base hit be good here.
I tell you, Barron has played well in this game. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't get football in play somewhere. 1 out. The other ball hit sharply, but I think it's going to be out, and it does.
I like the big guy. He just ducks his head and comes out behind him. Don't look up.
Again, look at the outfield. The outfield is
in.
Way in.
Yeah, way in. I mean, the right fielder is almost playing second base.
Jen Wright on.
Center fielder's way in.
Davis on second. Jen Wright on first.
Still a big gap down the left field line. There he is, right where I said, Mike. He's coming. They sending him.
Oh, he'll score easily. You're going into third.
Jen going to third. Runner going to second. Pass ball.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead.
Here we come.
I'm going to go ahead and give me a stand-up double on that.
And what a play. What a play.
Trevor Barron and a stand-up double and knocks in a run.
Mike, as I said, it was a big gap down the line.
That's right. And you're right, in a big ballpark, that's the difference you face when you play at a park like this. This is a big ballpark.
Exactly.
A lot of room.
Runners on second, third, 1 out. Pike threatening him.
A ground ball or fly ball deep will be big.
The outside corner by.
We need these 2 runs, Mike. Need these 2 runs bad. Insurance.
No question about it.
A little timeout. Catch
of course, Davis, the pitcher, that's not a good feeling to let the 7th hitter in in order to hit one like that off you right off the bat.
Righty, I got
But like I said, Barron has been like that the entire tournament. He has really played well. Just needs somebody to hit the ball hard somewhere.
Oh, hit the batter.
No, they said
Oh, he said it's a foul ball. Hit the bat.
he was going to take one for the team.
But if you're going to do that, you got to move the bat.
2 strikes. Yeah, that's right. He hit it hard somewhere.
Copeland, a power hitter.
He did, but foul.
Copeland puts it in play, but foul down the third base line. Still a count of 0-2. Runners at second and third.
Of course, anything hit hard will have a good chance of going through.
Anything out of the infield, we got to run.
There it
Just
is,
like
right
I just
there.
said, Mike. It may get over his head.
Oh, he'll score there. He'll score. RBI thing.
Runner scores easy.
Sacrifice fly by Copeland.
So Jenright scores on the sacrifice fly, and we've got a 3-0 lead.
2 outs, runners on second.
You know, that was a good bit of hitting by Copeland.
Exactly.
God, he was behind in the count the whole time.
Way behind in the count, goes to the opposite field, sacrifice fly, run scores.
Brings up
5-3 put out in the field.
Sykes.
Sykes. I'm going to give him a sack right there, an RBI.
Jade Sykes. Designated hitter.
Sykes is also a very good pitcher. Pitched very well in Tuscaloosa the other day. And I'm sure we'll see him before this tournament's over. But he is a fine player. Only a junior. Like I said, and I said this earlier, and I'll repeat myself over and over if I have to, Pike has only 4 seniors on their entire team, and the Jenright twins, Renfro, and Murphy.
Oh, inside, almost hit him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Boy, I tell you what, these are 3 big runs. The way Jenright's pitching, these are 3 big runs. Foul down the line.
Foul ball.
Mike, kids for Pike are getting a piece of the ball. I mean, they're not in all this different pitching that I've ever seen.
And of course, the first pitcher was not overpowering. He knew how to pitch the spots. And
this one right here is bringing it.
This one is throwing pretty hard. You're right. Oh, wait a minute, that's a ball. Or is it? What do you call that? Are they going to give him a?
Well, the runner was in. The runner was stealing.
He's fine. The runner should be fine. If they call it a pitch. They call a pitch.
Let's wait to see what the count is. But it's either a balk or whatever.
Yeah. So the runner advances regardless.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the runner's now on third for Pike, Mike.
Yeah.
And they did call that a wild pitch.
And that back's Glenwood playing back now, the infield for the out. If they can get it. Swinging strike, 3 to end the inning.
But not before damage was done, Mike.
Yeah, a lot of damage has been done. 2 runs on 1 big hit, and they left a runner. So going into the bottom of the 6th inning is Pike 3, Glenwood Academy of Phoenix City 0. We'll be back. We're here.
In city government, and each one has a phone. Keeping track of all those numbers is a huge challenge. The good news is you don't have to. There is one simple 3-digit phone number for city information and services. It's 311.
Good morning, City of Troy 311. May I help you?
Call 311 for questions about your recycling, garbage pickup, to report a stray dog in the neighborhood, if there's a pothole that needs filling, to report power outages, limbs on the street, and much more. City of Troy, 311. 911 is always the number to call in case of an emergency, like a fire, a crime in progress, or a medical emergency. 911 is for emergencies. 311 is for everything else. You can download the City of Troy's 311 app from the App Store or Play Store. Remember, for city information and services, call 311. For more information, check out the City of Troy's website at troyal.gov.
He said it's only when I'm Judge Wes Allen. It's been an honor to serve as Pike County Probate Judge for 9 years. When liberals descended on Pike County to attack our values, you stood by me. And when our office was criticized for fiscally conservative policies, you supported me. And I want to thank you for that. Now, I need your help to carry those same principles to the Alabama legislature to represent you and all the residents of House District 89. I'll lead in the State House with the same values that's guided me in the courthouse. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm asking for your vote on June the 5th.
Big series at Tuscaloosa. He was dominant in relief in the first game, or the second game, excuse me. And then he came through and pitched the deciding game, pitched 6 innings of 2 hits ball against Tuscaloosa Academy. So he's only an 8th grader, but he's not an 8th grader as far as being a pitcher. No, he is a seasoned pitcher.
And hats off, Mike, to Reed Jenright, who pitched 5 scoreless innings for Pike.
And allowed only 2 hits. He's really pitched well.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And of course, he's got Tillery to get out here, and he did with a strikeout. He's got to throw it first, and it is a strikeout. So what he does, Jerry, he's got a real good changeup, and he throws the changeup like this. Look, like that, and he's able to throw it for strikes. And anytime you can throw a changeup for strikes, you're going to be a tough pitcher. So what a performance to be able to get Tillery, one of their best hitters, out on strikes.
Slade James.
Brings up James, and he's the shortstop, and he
third base.
Reached on an error. He's a third baseman. Well, it doesn't matter really. He was an error, got on an error in the second inning, flied out in the third.
This would be a big out, Mike.
You see how he just sort of floats in there? Mm-hmm. That's his changeup. And he's got a good, good curveball, and he's got a lot of natural break on his fastball. But he throws a changeup about as good as you're going to see. See that ball, sorry, how it floats?
Yep.
Of course, again, he's only 14 years old and pitching the game of his life right here. And ground ball, shortstop takes the hop, long throw, got him. So again, he makes you hit it on the ground, Jerry.
Keep it down.
And the key to this young man is he throws strikes.
He throws strikes, Mike.
Makes them put the ball in play. And this is a very good defense that Pike has on the field.
We got 2 outs.
Brings up number 10.
Call strike.
Trevor Crisco. Crisco's the left fielder. The ground ball could be trouble, but he got through him. And I tell you, I don't know how to rule that, but I think I'm going to rule it a base hit.
I'd give him base hit, Mike.
Because that ball was going to be bang, bang anyway, I think. See what they do there. They call it an error, so officially I reckon I better go back and call it an error if they call it an error, because they're the official scorer.
Runner?
Almost got away from him that time.
Thought the runner was going, Mike. He took like he was going to second, but came back.
Boy, I tell you what, they're taking a big chance when they do.
Yeah.
with McWhorter.
Because it's definitely a big arm behind the plate.
No question. And only a there he goes. Well, now throw back.
Keep him honest.
Copeland at first, Barron at second, Renfro at short, and Jenright at third. Murphy in left, Hollis in center, and Davis in right field. And of course, McWhirter is the catcher, and the pitcher of record right now is Nelson. Good pitch there for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Got a runner on first. Good time for an out, Mike.
No question about it. Newman the batter. Good pitch, got the strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes. What a play. What a curveball.
And of course, look for the changeup here. He's way up in the count. 2-2, 2 outs.
Your runner's getting a little lead over here.
Let's see if they send him here. I don't know. Inside didn't just miss.
Runner definitely be going now, Mike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner will be on his way.
Big pitch here. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pike leads 3-0. There, he got it picked off.
He got him.
And that's what he does so much well. He does this so well.
He got him.
And
what a play by the pitcher.
Before we go on break, I want to tell you a little bit about that. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go on break. We'll be right back with more Pike Liberal Arts baseball. They lead 3-0 after 6 complete innings of play. We'll be back. See, he did that up there.
Helping others and pursuing justice. A proud Republican with strong conservative values. Virginia has served as both a prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney and has extensive experience in the areas of juvenile and family law. Virginia is strong and decisive and will issue fair and impartial rulings to everyone. Please vote Virginia Green Nowling. Paid political advertisement by Nowling for District Judge Committee, P.O. Box 596, Troy, Alabama 36081.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
He pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 innings. 5 innings. He gave up 2 or 3 hits. 2 hits. Let's see. He just didn't give up but 2 hits. 2 hits, and they left 2 men on base. So that was some very good pitching. Back to play here in Montgomery, Alabama, where Pike Liberal Arts of Troy leads Glenwood Academy of Phenix City 3-0. We're in the top of the 7th inning.
The top of the lineup for Pike.
And of course, the lead
Cody Hollis
brings up Cody Hollis. The
on 1 hit and 1 sacrifice.
Yeah. But I want to give a line score on Jenright. He pitched brilliantly, Jerry. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, and left 2 on base. And so what an effort by Reed Jenright. Because Cody Hollis leads off the 6th here.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The 7th, top of the 7th inning. He grounded out in the 1st and got a single and scored in the 3rd.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Reached on a walk back in the 5th. So really had a good game. Or actually back in the 4th. Another thing, of course, he plays a very good center field. And I tell you what, I don't think enough is said about how good Pike is on defense. They play very good defensive ball. They've given up an error, but it was one of these situations where it was a tough play.
Hollis strikes out.
And Allen, the right fielder, is 0 for 3, 0 for 4 in the game. Struck out back in the 5th.
He's made some spectacular defensive plays.
He is an outstanding defensive player. Foul that back into the Troy dugout or the Pike dugout. I call them Troy because they're from Troy. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, I made that mistake. That's fine. That's fine. Going good. Thank you.
He's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, now he does go down on swinging. That's right. Right there, that's it.
So again, number 25, Cole.
You got 2 outs. Nobody on base for Pike. Top of 7.
That's it. Right there. Yeah. Of course, this guy struck out the first 2 batters he faced, and Pike's tell you about how well they've been putting the bat on the ball. That's just the 3rd strikeout of the game for Pike hitters. There's a pop-up.
High pop-up, Mike.
Should be in play, I think.
Catcher going for it, but it's out of play. In the Pike student section, it appears.
Exactly.
In the middle of the Patriot fans.
Back in the back when the Tigers played here, the Detroit Tigers played here. Of course, the Montgomery Rebels was the name of the team, and they had that crazy pitcher that pitched for Detroit that was really unique. And I'll think of that name. But he pitched in the ballpark, and when he pitched, they'd fill the stadium.
Really?
Yeah, because he was such an entertainer.
Yes.
Of course, McWhorter's got power.
He struck out the last 3 Patriots.
And of course, he's had a big hit in this game. A big 2-run single back in the 3rd that scored a run.
Base on ball. He walked him, Mike. Runners on first. You're bringing up Jenright.
That's right. A guy that's got power.
Wood Jenright coming to the plate with Nathan Renfro on deck.
Of course, running for the catcher is Clay Barron, and that's the twin brother of Bryce.
Clay Barron, number 2 is a courtesy runner.
Trevor Barron.
Clay Barron running.
That's right.
2 outs. Hard hit down the right field line.
Long ways to go. Foul.
Mike, that gets back to what you were saying. This is a big ballpark.
No question about it. You got to be able to run, and an outfield that can run has an advantage here. But it looks like they do have some guys that can run.
They've got some speed, Mike.
It's a very solid baseball team that the Pike leads 3-0 right now.
No balls.
In the top of the 7th.
No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first.
I think
2 outs.
We can see he's got a pretty good. He's not afraid to take a pretty good lead off over there. I hope he doesn't get in trouble. They might send him here just see what can happen here. Ground ball to 3rd base, high pop, should be out, and he is out to end the inning. So we're going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Pike's 3 outs away from victory. They lead 3-0 over Glenwood Gators of Phoenix City, Alabama. We'll be back. Look at here. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Sign that.
Sign that.
Alton Starling has over 29 years of public service. 8 years as an officer in the Air Force and 21 years as a city clerk treasurer of Troy, Alabama. He has willfully and faithfully performed all the duties of each office. Alton has a proven record of following and implementing multiple federal, state, and local laws and guidelines in elections, financial reporting, licensing, managing public funds, and record keeping. Please vote for Alton Starling, a proven public servant for the office of probate judge.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Pretty well known to Pike. Batters Jerry Macon East Montgomery won the 2A championship, and winning the 1A was a team out of Birmingham. I want to say it was not Glenwood. No, this is Glenwood, but
Mike, let's steal something from
I got it right here. Let me say Eastwood.
Let's steal
Eastwood
something from the Atlanta Braves and Hold'em Braves, but let's hold them Patriots.
Yeah, no question. They had a drive.
Center
fielder handled it very easily. What? Let me ask you this. Yeah, these guys are great fielders. They just stick that big glove up and the ball goes in it. What if your coach, Boy Moats, or whoever your coach was,
Boy Moats,
saw you catch you with one hand, what he would have done?
He took me out.
That's exactly right. But that's the way they do it now.
1 out.
This brings up Carboni. Good shortstop.
Good pitch.
What grade is Carboni in? Carbone.
He's a senior.
Oh, he's a senior. Boy, I tell you, he's a fine shortstop.
Yeah, he signed with LaGrange, Mike.
Did he? That's a good
Swinging on me is strike 2.
I tell you, this changeup is just an excellent pitch. And I think you'll see it here. There it is. He's got fast, and faster.
2 balls, 2 strikes,
or
1 out.
Slow, and slower.
Slower.
He's got a smooth delivery. Look at this delivery.
Fouled out of play.
Only an 8th grader, and of course had a great future at Pike.
As well as several.
Of course, he pitches for a lot of the Troy teams in the rec leagues, and really is very, very effective. And I'm sure he plays on some travel ball teams too.
Exactly.
So he's well known.
A lot of these kids, Mike, they seem to play baseball 9 months out of the year, except when they play football.
McWhorter plays on a team out of Atlanta. So you know that he's played against some good competition.
And mighty good American Legion Post 70 out of Troy, Mike.
That's right.
A lot of these players play on.
Full count now, 1 out, and the Patriots lead 3-0. He gets a piece of it.
He's hanging in there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
I tell you, the thing about Drew is he's going to make them put it in play, and that's what you want. There it is right there, and this guy picks up a few more. Of course, they got him batting 9th in the order. I'm sort of surprised, but it gives their bottom of the lineup a little punch, a little speed.
And what a shortstop he is, Mike. Struck him out.
Right, inside corner. Big call by the official, and it was right there. So we're 1 out away.
1 out away.
From winning the first game of this championship. It's the best 2 out of 3 series for the 3A state championship in the Alabama Independent Schools Association baseball championships being played here at Patterson Field in Montgomery. The winner of the game, of course, we do have a game following this game, and it will be 30 minutes after the game, I hear, Jerry. So
yeah,
they're going to play both these games back to back.
And I think we were told that if necessary, 11 o'clock tomorrow, pop up.
All right, that's a drive to Hollis.
It should end the ball game. Pike wins.
Pike wins the first game on a fly ball to center field. The Patriots win this game 3-0 over a very good team from Glenwood. The Gators, the defending state champion, now record goes to 38-8. Pike's record goes to 36-5. And we've got game 2 coming up in 30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the final line score, at least what I've got, is the Patriots had, let's see, we're
Patriots had 3 runs on 4 hits with 2 errors.
Okay.
Glenwood, no runs on 2 hits with no errors.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had that. And the winning pitcher, of course, was Jenwright. Reed Jenwright pitched 6 solid innings for the, or excuse me, you go 5 or 6. He went 5.
5 full innings.
5 full innings of play, and pitched brilliant ball, and gave up only 2 hits. hits and was the winning pitcher. Losing pitcher pitched a great game, I thought, for Glenwood, Nick Adams. But the Patriots were able to score runs when they needed to win this game 3-0. This will be a great game, this next game coming up, because the winner wins the championship and the loser gets to play another game tomorrow at 11 o'clock right here at Patterson Field.
Pike's got to win not to come back tomorrow.
So a lot of baseball ahead of them. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break with our advertisers, and we hope to come back on the air around 15 till. Is that all right? About 15 minutes. We'll try to have some interviews and talk to some other people during that time. So we'll be back on the air in about 15 minutes from historic Patterson Field. You want anything else, for historic Patterson Field in Montgomery, Alabama. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
At Pike County Ford, we're starting 2018 with our grand reopening celebration. And it's your chance to save big on America's favorite brands, including 14 grand on new F-150s or the new Fiesta for under 13 grand. I'm Jeremy, the new owner, and this is how serious we are about earning your business. If you bring a deal to us we can't beat, we'll pay you $5 grand. The new Pike County Ford. Come by our grand reopening celebration today and find out why. Pike County is Ford country.
As an attorney with 5 years of experience in more than 100 cases in Pike County Probate Court, Michael Bunn is the only candidate with the experience to get the job done on day one, and that's important. The probate judge handles complex legal matters, including adoptions, involuntary mental commitments, guardianships, conservatorships, and estates. Michael Bunn has the experience to get the job done, and he cares about our county. Michael will continue Judge Allen's policy of not issuing marriage licenses, which is important to protect Pike County values. Experienced, conservative, Michael Bunn.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
The First National Bank is a true community bank. That's why we created and introduced our Spirit checking account. Spirit Checking offers you checks and debit cards that display the logo of your favorite school. Every time you make a purchase with your Spirit debit card, the First National Bank will donate 1 cent to your school. Talk Spirit Checking with us today in Troy or Brundage. It's just another way we're making your banking better. Member FDIC.
Some people see an empty field. I see jobs, jobs, jobs. Like this site for the new Kimber Firearms Factory. I'm Marcus Paramore, and I'm working hard every day for our district's future. As your representative in Montgomery, I will cut through the red tape and deliver jobs, not excuses. Let's send a message that District 89 is open for business. Together, we can make our home a better place to work, worship, and play. Please vote Marcus Paramore on Tuesday, June the 5th.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Come see us at Don Walker Western Wear. From boots, jeans, and jackets to shirts, hats, and belts, we're your headquarters for Western wear for the entire family. With the largest selection of jeans in town, we carry famous brands like Wrangler, Levi, Carhartt, Ariat, and Cinch. We've also got plenty of styles of boots to choose from, including Justin, Lucchese, Ariat, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Dan Post, and Corral. So come on into Don Walker Western Wear, located on Highway 231 in Troy.